Hey there, this is How to Make Dinner. I'm Paula and today we're making corn muffins, jalapeno corn muffins, because we've got a big party to go to later and I promised I'd bring them. So we're making like probably over 100 of them today, but I'll just show you one of the batches. We're gonna start with some full fat milk in a jug. We have 300 mils. And then to that, we're gonna add half of the cornmeal of the total recipe. And you can get the recipe on howtomakedinner.com. I'll put the whole thing up there. And I'll probably put it in the description box below too, because why not? So this is a bit of a weird recipe because it starts off with making a mini batch of like milky microwave polenta, which is kind of cool. I guess it's just because otherwise cornmeal and the liquid ingredients kind of separate. So I always found that to be a challenge when I was making cornbread or corn muffins growing up. And then I found this recipe and it was like, this is the way to combat it. You just kind of cook some of it with the milk and then that makes the whole mixture a bit more thick and kind of starts the cornmeal cooking. So it really helps out. 140 grams of cornmeal into 300 mils of milk, and I'm gonna microwave this for a minute at a time for about 2 to 2.5 minutes. And while the cornmeal milk mixture is cooking, I'm going to mix the rest of the wet ingredients into a bowl. So the wet ingredients for this recipe, we're gonna do 2 eggs into a big bowl. I get these eggs from a local guy that delivers them from farms around the area, which is so awesome. I have 115 grams of melted butter going in, and that's cooled slightly, otherwise the eggs would scramble. And then I have 240 grams of full fat yogurt, 240 grams of full fat sour cream. You could use yogurt here. I think that would be fine as long as it was full fat and not the fake gelatin stuff. You know the stuff. It's no good. 240, perfect. Oh, and the sugar. So sugar is kind of a weird one because it's kind of dry, but technically it's a wet ingredient. So whenever you see it in recipes, it usually goes in with the wet stuff. In the original recipe, it said 3 to 5 tablespoons. I'm gonna go with 5 because I love cornbread when it's a little bit sweet. So 5 tablespoons of sugar just went in. And then I'm gonna whisk that up. Okay, so I took the milk and cornmeal mixture out of the microwave. That took about I did like 1 minute and then 1 minute and then another 30 seconds. And it's just a little bit thick, like pancake batter consistency. So I'm gonna just add that into the other wet stuff. And I'm gonna put something underneath this bowl to help it stop it sliding around. So pancake batter consistency, basically milky microwaved polenta. Sounds good, eh? And then we're gonna do the dry ingredients. And this is a jalapeno cornbread recipe, but honestly, you can leave the jalapenos out. You can sub them for things like green onion and cheese. Anything that doesn't mess up the kind of general batter, you can add in. So herbs, cheese, onions, chives, whatever you want. Oh dear. Okay, so lastly, the dry ingredients. There's not much. I'm gonna put a sieve over the bowl and I'm going to add in 130 grams of flour. 130. And then the remaining 140 grams of the cornmeal that we didn't add at the beginning, if that makes any sense. So this is such a good thing to go with soup or bowl of chili, or I don't know. I just love actually breakfast and brunch. I love cornbread at breakfast. It's so good. So that's that. And then we're adding in 1 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I don't have an actual teaspoon measure, so I'm just winging it. 1 1/4, that's like a half of this. And then baking powder, 1 1/2 teaspoons as well. Do you guys leave the little piece of paper on your baking powder tub? This is like my mom's trick. I feel like everyone does it, but maybe not. If you leave the little bit of paper across, you can use it to level off your spoon. And speaking of my mom, she's coming over here to do some cooking with me in a bit. And I'm hoping she gets here just in time for when these muffins come out of the oven. So, and then a teaspoon of baking soda. So that's everything in. Give that a sift. By the way, I know I'm a big sifter and a lot of people find it really annoying, but when you sift dry ingredients, you don't really need to wash this. It's actually one of the most annoying things to wash. I just tap it out and use it again and again. So it's not even like you're making any extra dirty dishes or anything. All right, let's mix this. So this is kind of like a loose fold mix. You don't want to overwork it because there's flour in there. Flour, you know, it toughens up when you overwork it. So that's pretty much combined. And then I do the ratio of 1 jalapeno per batch. And this is more than that, so I'm just gonna use that much. Oh, and I'm also gonna remove some of the batter now because my mom is coming over and she's not a spicy person. So I'm gonna take some of the batter out to make her one non-jalapeno muffin, because that's what a good daughter would do. Okay, so get that in. And then we're just gonna scoop them into our muffin tins. The oven, by the way, has been preheating to 425 degrees. So I've got 2 options for tins. I've got these little tiny guys and I've got these kind of normal size guys. I think for this batch, I'm gonna use the normal size one. And I'm gonna spray them with this, any kind of nice like Pam style spray. I just buy the more natural ones. This is coconut. I've seen avocado oil in a spray format as well. It's so helpful. And I'm purposely not using muffin cups in this. A, because I think they're kind of wasteful and silly, and B, because I want crust. I want like a brown cornmeal-y crust on these. So I'm making these a little bit small on purpose because remember we're making like 100 of them, and I'm trying to make them go a long way. And I know there's going to be tons of food at this party, and I don't need everyone to get a gigantic corn muffin. They're just, you know, just a little something. Last year for the same party, I made spanakopita, like the little triangles, and I tried to make everyone just have one. And I would see people walking around with like 3 on their plate, and I gave them all shit. I just wanted everyone to get one, you know? And because they have, oh, I forgot to make my individual one. This is the special corn muffin for my mom, going right in the middle. Because these have jalapenos in them, I'm putting a little slice of fresh jalapeno just on top so that I can indicate that they're a little bit spicy. And because I know there are going to be kids at this party and people who just don't like spicy things, I'm going to make some with jalapeno and some without. But this is an all jalapeno batch. So they're going to go in at 425, like I said, for about 15 minutes. So we're back and the cornmeal muffins are ready. So mom, this is my mom, Glenda. And Glenda here just contributed to a really awesome blog post. Actually, wrote the whole thing.
Yes, I did.
Which is all about canned food and how you can make a really quick, easy. It's kind of like a mom hack to make like a really nice, quick salad out of all canned stuff. So if you're in a pinch for a potluck or whatever. Anyway, so Mom.
Yes.
I made these muffins, corn muffins with jalapenos. So, be honest, how much does that excite you?
Well, you know, I don't do the heat, so the jalapenos is a difficult thing, but the corn muffins, yes.
Okay, well that's fine because
What?
I made you a separate one.
Oh, yay!
I put one aside with no jalapenos. Remember, guys? I did that for my mom. So that's for you.
Thank you.
I'm not giving you a plate though. That's
Okay.
too generous.
All right. Do I get butter though?
Yeah, you get butter.
It's a little.
So, Mom, how does it feel to be the first guest on my show?
Oh, I hadn't quite realized that. That's really cool. I'm really happy about it.
Whoops. So we're gonna start doing more guests. I think we're gonna try and do one guest per month.
Excellent.
And you're the first guest, and you're also the guest that doesn't have to do anything. You just have to eat.
Ooh, so
So-
I do have things I'd like to do.
Yeah, we can work that in, but you don't have to. Those are the bomb.
That's really moist but not too sweet.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times people just make cornbread and it's like for putting jam on, and no, you could do this with eggs, you could do it with,
We just had them with scrambled eggs,
there you go.
and we're doing them later with a whole hog barbecue that we're going to, because Tristan is going all out on his birthday.
Yeah.
I know. So that's it. That's jalapeno corn muffins. I hope you liked it. Be sure to head over to howtomakedinner.com to get the full recipe, and check out my mom's blog post because that'll be up there as well. And we'll see you next week. Good? Are we good?
Yeah.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, you know what
We
we're
do
doing.
this, Mom, we've done a video every single week since November.
I know. I was looking back, and there's so many. You have dislikes now.
I know. I'm stoked. These are so good.
These are really good.
They're from the Cook's Illustrated recipe.
I see no tunneling.
No tunneling. I would never give you a tunneled muffin.